Prepping isn't about perfection. It is about consistency and progress. Remember, preparedness is a lifestyle. So every day we can do little tiny things to get better prepared for tomorrow. You know my saying, conquer tomorrow by preparing today? That means every day. It means that every single day you are doing a little bit more to keep moving towards that ultimate goal, which is to continue to be prepared, because you're never ending preparedness, right? Okay. Hey everyone, Morgan here. So today we are talking about finding the gaps in our preparedness. And I have a whole blog post down below that gives you like a whole layout about how to find those gaps. So you can find gaps in your preparedness in basically everything that you do. Like when you are cooking with your food storage, you can say, you know what? I'm using a lot of this and not a lot of that other stuff. So I should stock more up on this, right? And not so much on the other stuff, right? And I definitely learned that. Like that's how you learn, by doing. Think of an actual emergency or disaster like a pop quiz. Once you are in the pop quiz, well, that's it. You don't get to keep going. You are in it, right? You are in the trenches doing it. So before then, we can have the forethought to be prepared and to assess as many gaps as we possibly can, okay? And again, this is a process, so just stick with me here. Most people are missing this mark because they're not testing their gear. They buy a flashlight and they literally just keep it in the original box and they never use it. Or they'll buy a pre-made bug out bag and they'll just set it in their closet and forget about it. Or like freeze-dried food and all that, they will literally just set all this stuff on their shelves and they will never look at it again. They won't even taste test it. These are all nay-nay, okay? Don't do that. Forgetting comfort and morale boosters is a really big deal as well. I just had this discussion in my Rogue Preparedness community Facebook group with a wonderful supporter and member of the group. And she was like, oh, you know, I prep a lot of food for my husband. And I was like, well, what do you mean? Why can't you prep for yourself? And she was like, oh, well, I don't know. I just haven't done that. So you can't forget about yourself. You cannot forget about your needs. I'm a mom and a wife, and you know, we homeschool and there's so much going on that I do forget about my needs and my wants. I will buy things that I'm like, no, that's just for the kids, right? But I have to remember that I have to take care of my needs too, which brings me to these black olives. Okay, I'm the only one in the household that likes black olives, but I prep black olives because I love me some black olives, okay? Nobody else is gonna eat them. So it's kind of like my little like secret, you know, like, haha, I'm the only one that gets black olives, right? Well, I thought this was pineapple, but anyway, here's another one. My oldest likes pineapple, so we do get canned pineapple. I don't know exactly where it is right now, but they also like the mixed fruit. Both of my children like that, so I get that, but I can also get the mixed fruit. Sometimes I'm under this impression that I'm like, no, I'm gonna get this just for my kids and I can't touch it. I can eat it too, okay? Everybody can eat everything. Nothing is off limits for anybody, unless you get something just for yourself that nobody else likes. So then it's only yours. Another place where some people miss the mark is that they are overlooking daily habits. What do you use every single day, or what do you do every single day that you can replicate in an emergency or disaster? Do you brush your teeth every day? Gosh, I hope so. Will you continue to do that? Like if you run out of toothpaste, do you have more toothpaste? You know what I mean? Like it's just these little tiny everyday things that we forget because we always think of like grandiose, you know, doomsday SHTF scenarios, but we should be thinking of like everyday preparedness as well. Of course, if you are prepared for that off-grid apocalypse, then you can easily be prepared for the everyday, but definitely don't forget about that every day. Running drills is one of the best ways to find gaps. So shut off your main power and do like a blackout weekend or even just a night, right? Start off slow, okay? You can go camping. That's a really good way to test like your bug out bag and preps and other things, you know, just like your bug out plan. You can go ahead and just do like a mock bug out drill. You can do a mock fire drill. Why don't you try to drink from only your stored water for a day and see how long that lasts and how long it can stretch you and how much water you really use. It's a huge eye opener. So when you go through these, or like if you're inventorying or you're going through a mock drill or whatever you're doing, write down every little inconvenience, write down every failure point and say, I am going to fix that now, right? So here are some gap finding questions you can ask yourself. In the meantime, it's always good to maybe like pull out a journal and be like, okay, the question number 1, do I have enough water and ways to filter store? And then you're going to go around and you're going to count how much water you have and inventory that. And then you're going to say, gosh, 2 gallons a day, that's not going to last me, or well, I'm set, or whatever. Is my food storage varied and realistic for my family? Yes or no? Write all this stuff down, and all these questions are actually down below in that blog post. So I'm not going to go through every single one, but ask yourself these various questions. You've gone through, these 30 days. There's one more day in this series, but today's goal is for you to actually break out a notebook and start going down to that blog post and looking at how you can proceed forward in finding gaps. A really good first step is inventorying everything and realistically saying, how long is this food going to last me? How long is that water going to last me? How much first aid supplies do I have, right? How much chocolate do I have? Coffee. I mean, these are really the most important questions, the chocolate and the coffee. Okay, if you can't say you have a lifetime supply of those, then you are not prepared. The goal isn't to fear the gaps, it's to mind the gaps. No, it's to find them before they find you in the dark, shallow depths of the darkest alley of your preparedness journey. They're gonna snatch out and get you from behind. And you'll be like, whoa! Do a quick assessment this week. And then if you want to go back through this series, you definitely can, because there's a whole playlist down below. Okay. You've already built a strong foundation with this 30 days to preparedness, or wherever you're coming from in this series or onto my channel. And let's now reinforce it and make it even stronger. Okay. So go check out that checklist down below and be sure to download that 30 Day to Ready. Even though the series is coming to an end, you can still go through that 30 Days to Ready checklist and really get down and dirty with it, okay? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. I will talk to y'all later. You're doing awesome. You're fantastic. I'll see y'all later. Bye.